In 2017, Ivanka Trump followed her father Donald Trump to Washington, D.C. for his presidency to work alongside him, and she has since been living in a residence in the Kalorama neighborhood. The stately home is reportedly a rental where she, her husband Jared Kushner, and their children have been calling home. We'll look at Ivanka's Washington property, as well as a couple of other homes she's owned. We even found the listings. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Ivana Marie Trump, better known as Ivanka, is an heiress, writer, former model, and businesswoman, serving since 2017 as advisor to the president, her father, Donald Trump, as well as a director of Office of Economic Initiatives and Entrepreneurship. She's the daughter and second child of President Trump, with his first wife, Ivana, and the first Jewish member of a first family since she converted to the faith before marrying her husband, Jared. Serving as advisor to the president didn't come out of nowhere, as previously Ivanka was an executive vice president of the family-owned Trump organization. She was also a boardroom judge on her dad's TV show, The Apprentice, so they've long worked together. When Ivanka left the Trump organization is when she became a senior advisor in her father's presidential administration alongside her husband, so it makes sense that she and her family had to find a suitable home to live in Washington near the White House. While serving in the White House, Ivanka also continued to operate her clothing brand business until July 2018. Either way, these days, Ivanka, Jared, and their 3 children are still living comfortably with homes in Washington, New York City, and more, while Ivanka and her husband's net worth combined is an estimated $800 million. Hey guys, it's Kara, and today we're bringing you another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. We're noticing a lot of copycat channels popping up, but we're the original house tour connoisseurs, and 95% of you watching aren't subscribed. So hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We post a new video daily. Today we'll be taking a look at where Ivanka Trump lives, including their current home in Washington, New York City spot, and more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to chat, and as usual, let me know whose house tour is next in those comments down below. Now let's get into this video. While there were rumors that claimed Ivanka resided in one of the large super luxe penthouses at the Puck building in Soho, owned by her husband's family, this was never confirmed. As far as we know, their New York home is the one they've long owned at the Trump Park Avenue building, which is located in the heart of Manhattan and purchased in 2004 for $1.5 million or so. Considering they have been living in Washington to be close to all the presidential action, Ivanka and Jared put this lavish apartment up for rent in 2017 for $4.5 million or $15K per month to rent. With no luck finding a buyer or tenant, Ivanka eventually removed the listing, and as of 2020, it appears she has yet to make a sale. The apartment spans 1,549 square feet and has 2 beds and 2 baths. Previously, Ivanka was living in a dimly lit unit a few floors below with lower ceilings, but when she married Jared, they moved up to this one, which is much brighter and more spacious. The completed designs were featured in Elle Decor and the subject of Ivanka's Instagram account until they moved into the Washington home. Her New York City apartment features spacious walk-in closets in both bedrooms, as well as a luxurious ensuite in the master. There were custom-stained hardwood floors and coffered ceilings throughout, as well as a hand-painted mural in the foyer by Bob George Studio. While it was a charming apartment by any standards, I would expect Ivanka Trump to live in somewhere slightly more lavish, which may be why she and her family upgraded to this Washington home. The Kushner Trumps still own this unit, however, Ivanka sold her first smaller unit on the lower floor in the building in 2016 or 2017 for $4.1 million. Another spot where Ivanka spends time with her family, usually when she's not working away, is Bedminster Cottage in New Jersey. Their simple house or cottage sits within her father Donald Trump's Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, where Ivanka and Jared even tied the knot back in 2009. When Ivanka first claimed ownership of the cottage, it was a small one-room deep bungalow with an attic space that had been converted. Interiors were outdated with deeply veined varnished oak panels, floors, and staircase, but was soon updated. Once Ivanka took the cottage, in came some fresh white walls and a white country kitchen with marble countertops. Bedminster Cottage was perfectly symmetrical and had a portico porch and 3 dormer windows, but in 2015 it was expanded. A basement was added as well as an extension to the side of the home, providing extra rooms and more depth in the original structure. A new chimney was added too, giving the new sitting room an elegant open fire. Word is that Ivanka and Jared may even extend their home in Bedminster depending on how the Trump presidency goes, and if they're leaving Washington or not. Of course, these ones are for the property altogether, not just Ivanka's home here. When Ivanka and Jared moved their family to Washington, D.C. to be close to their work in the White House, they moved into a beautiful home in the Kalorama neighborhood, which is literally only a 3-minute walk from the Obama's house. Kalorama has a historic charm to it and is much different than Manhattan. While this gorgeous house was purchased in 2016 for about $5.5 million, it was bought by a Chilean billionaire, and Ivanka's actually renting the home for about $15K per month. Inside, the stately home spans 6,870 square feet with 6 beds and 6.5 baths, certainly a step up from the size of their Manhattan apartment. It was built in 1923 and designed by architect Waddy Wood, but renovated since. Kalorama is a historic district, so renovations on the home's exterior were limited. Yet inside, the home has undergone massive updates and modernization. The interior offered crisp white walls and light hardwood flooring in many of the rooms, as well as 5 wood-burning fireplaces throughout. The modern minimalist style continues into the low-key kitchen, while the formal dining room is fancier and perfect to entertain. Here there's another fireplace and windows letting in natural light. There's also a family room that leads to a sun porch with floor-to-ceiling French doors to outside. 4 guest bedrooms on the upper level are joined by a master suite that has another fireplace, views of nature, and a cool color scheme that creates a calm vibe for a good night's rest. Ivanka's master bedroom also boasts 2 walk-in closets, a private terrace that overlooks the yard. Even the lower level in their Washington, D.C. home has been finished with the same high-end details and even offers a staff apartment, kitchenette, and additional full bath. Alright, I think I'll bring this house tour to an end right there. We've taken a look at the spots where Ivanka Trump calls home with her husband Jared and their children. Aside from that home, we took a look at Ivanka's other family retreat, Bedminster Cottage, on one of her father's properties in New Jersey, and her apartment in Manhattan. Out of those 3 properties, which was your fave? Let me know in the comments. I think if I had to choose, I would pick the Washington house first, then the cottage, and then the Manhattan apartment. I'd also love it if you guys like and subscribe to my personal channel if you haven't. I post new content every Sunday and love getting to know you guys better over there. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and let me know whose house tour you want to see next. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!